Всем большой привет, Эйприл на связи. Мы играем Face Noir. Так, мне надо сейчас вспомнить, что мы делаем, потому что я играю в другой раз и уже немножко подзабыла, что там происходит. Так, туда нас не пустят, правильно?
The police sealed the port. I could ignore the seals and go in, but by now there's probably nothing of interest in the pier area. Forensics must have carried everything away by now.
Да, я тоже так думаю. Да, мы поговорили с начальником этой гавани, и он нам сказал про какого-то странного типа, который стоял под фонарем и курил, поэтому мы пойдем осмотрим это место.
This is where the harbor master saw the guy come after Sean.
Да.
Maybe I'll find something interesting. There are some cigarette butts here. It looks like the guy tailing Sean had to wait for a long while. Let's take a look. The smell of this butt isn't of regular old tobacco. It's hash, which isn't exactly easy to find. It might be a lead to follow, but I can't think of any connection between this cigarette butt and what happened tonight. Maybe I need to think about it. Let's try to think about it.
Да.
John said that the guy he saw near his cab was smoking a cigarette that smelled funny. And now I find this hashish smoke. There's no doubt that the guy that was following Sean and the one that Sean saw by his cab is the same guy. Let's try to think about it.
А что-то еще можно сказать? Мне кажется, что нет.
I can't think of anything. The cigarette butt won't be much help figuring out the identity of this mystery man, but I might find other clues. There are pieces of paper lying around. It looks like they formed a matchbox once. Who knows why it was ripped up like this? If I piece it back together, maybe I can figure out something more.
Да, давайте сложим. Еще можно крутить, вертеть. Хорошо. Да, чтобы все кусочки были видны. Да, странно как-то. Нет, вроде бы. Вот. Отлично. Да, не удивлюсь, если у меня на эту загадку уйдет очень много времени. Здесь-то лежит уже вот... похоже, вот так. Вот что-то вроде того. Что сделала? Что это такое? Да. Забавно. Нет. Вот бокс. Смотри-ка, вот это подходит? Нет. Вот сюда. М. О. А тут все, мне интересно, кусочки вообще есть или не очень? Подожди. Вот. Чуть-чуть, да. Двинем. Хотя, подожди, как это отодвинем, если... Господи, сейчас я буду и с этой загадкой еще разбираться отлично. Что это такое? Что-то вот здесь, нет? Так, вот здесь написано rare books, редкие книги. Да, и в своем репертуаре, вот как обычно. Кажется, тут как-то так, что ли. Так. Ну, как-то так. Вот. Вот, отлично.
Okay, now the pieces are coming together. Unfortunately, I don't have all of them here. I can't read exactly what's written on the box. It certainly refers to some kind of business. Maybe the telephone book that I have in my office will be of some help.
Ну ладно. Едем домой в таком случае.
Ah, you again. Where we go this time?
Да, давайте
Essex
домой.
Street. Lower...
Да-да. Я бы предпочла иметь карту и просто очень быстро перемещаться просто по карте. Опять пользуемся книгой.
Yes, this matchbox definitely comes from a store or joint in New York. Comparing it with the names of businesses in the phone book, I should be able to figure out the full name. And get the address, too.
Но здесь little.
I don't see anything useful here.
Подожди.
I can see the word book on the matchbox. It must be a bookstore. Let's start looking from there.
Да. Ну, их не так много, кстати. Подожди, L. Где там little? Вот.
Little Peninsula. The name matches. It's a bookstore on the Upper East Side, on 65th. I think I better check it out. I don't need the matchbox anymore. I can leave it here.
Отлично. Тогда едем в этот магазин.
Where you want go?
На 65-ю улицу.
65th Street, Upper East Side.
We see.
And here I am on the Upper East Side. Luxury stores, offices of diplomats, and gentlemen with deep pockets. A right place to work on my intolerance of hypocrisy.
Ну вот.
Little Peninsula,
Да, вот,
rare
магазин.
and limited edition books. There's no question that the matches I found at the port are from here. But how could an antique bookstore on the Upper East Side have anything to do with Sean's death? Maybe I'm on the wrong track. Or maybe this bookstore does more than just restoring books. It's closed. It's the middle of the night. I don't see why a bookstore should be open at this hour.
Но врываться ты туда не хочешь, да?
No, it
Ну хорошо. Пойдемте опять же в переулок. Да. Склад.
I'm not going to pick. So, in theory, these crates should contain materials to bind books, or something else useful for an antique bookstore. But I recognize the stamp of booze transports on a couple of these crates. I didn't remember that you needed gin to restore books.
Ну да.
It's the service door for the Little Peninsula. Closed. There's a call box near the door. It looks like no one's in there.
Давайте на склад.
Yes?
Hi, is this the Little Peninsula warehouse?
Yes, of course. Can I help you?
I'd like some information.
If you want information about our catalog, you can come by tomorrow morning when we're open. Unfortunately, we're doing inventory at the moment. Unless you reserved a book, I can't be of any help.
I reserved a book.
Can you please give me the title?
Давайте.
29 Ben-Hur with a misprint on page 159.
Let me check. I'm sorry, sir. We don't have that book. If you come back tomorrow, we can reserve it.
Chandler's latest novel.
Chandler. Sorry, we don't have anything by this author.
Forget it.
Goodbye.
An inventory in the middle of the night. I might be untrusting, but I don't buy it. There has to be something else under this place.
Да, нам нужно как-то проникнуть.
Maybe I could find something interesting in the mailbox about this alleged bookstore. Well, if they use the lie about the inventory, I'll use the lie of being the mailman to get a look at their mail.
Да.
The box has a lock. I need a cylindrical key to open it. Nothing to do.
Ага. Цилиндрический ключ. С
They're
этим...
not the right tools for this type of lock.
Я даже не знаю, слушайте.
I don't see how I could use...
Ну... Я тоже не знаю. Цилиндрический ключ.
We're not at a shooting range.
А,
It's a terror...
окей. Я не знаю.
No, it doesn't make any...
Потому что я не думаю, что что-то там валяется, что цилиндрический ключ валяется где-то поблизости. Вот. Так,
No
это...
clue.
Ладно.
It's fine where it is. Empty boxes. Nothing interesting. They've even pasted the alleys with this crap they call electoral campaign. I think
Хорошо.
simple dumpsters. I've said it many times.
Ладно. Ну, здесь у нас... Ой, что?
I'm not going to pick up. So, in theory, but I didn't remember that you...
Да, тоже
It's
так
fine
сказала.
where it is.
Да, но дело в том, что нам нужно что-то. Ну, что нам нужно? Нам нужен ключ. Или что-то на него похожее. Но это опять одни... Ну, это, по-моему, тоже какой-то ящик почтовый.
A post box. I have nothing that needs...
Угу. Ладно, я к вам вернусь попозже.